I'm Jeff from Sunshine Coast Kettlebells. Today we're going to work on the kettlebell swing. The swing has been described as a fat stripping athlete builder. It works on the posterior chain, so it works on the hamstrings, glutes, lower back, and that's one of our fundamental athletic positions we get into, the hip hinge. So this is a hip hinge, this is a squat. So the difference being we really load up that posterior chain. It's an explosive exercise, but it's worthwhile saying what it's not. It's not a front raise. So you're not going to be lifting the kettlebells with your arms at all. Your arms are just like a pendulum, they're along for the ride. It's all being driven from an explosive hip drive. It's also not a squat. A lot of people start to pick up the bell and they squat it and lift up through here. It's an explosive hip hinge, boom, and your arms are just going to come along for the ride. So to teach the kettlebell swing, we're first going to start off by learning that hip hinge movement. So if you've done deadlifting, those sorts of movements, you'll probably know how to do a hip hinge. But for those of you who don't, you're going to come up to a chair or a bench, which is going to block your knees. You're then going to think of sticking your bottom down and back as far as you can go. You can counterbalance with your arms if you want to. You should end up with your hips higher than your knees, but your shoulders higher than your hips. You should also feel nice tightness up through those hamstrings and glutes. So they are pulled back like an arrow, ready to fire to there. Once you've got a feeling for that hinge, we're then going to work on a kettlebell deadlift. So grabbing a kettlebell, and we're going to line it up between our heels. So it's a long way back. You're then going to hinge down to pick up that kettlebell. From there, up into an upright plank position. At the top of the deadlift, you should have kneecaps squeezed up, glutes tight, abs are braced for a punch. Shoulders down and back. From there, we're going to reverse. So think of sinking back so that kettlebell lines up with your heels again. So from there, up to the top. Practice that one as many times as you need to get a feel for it. It's really good to record yourself side on so you can actually see what you're doing. Sometimes what you feel and what you look like can be two different things. After the deadlift, we're going to practice going from the hip hinge into the vertical plank. So in this position, similar to what I was describing before, you want to have kneecaps squeezed up, so quads are on, tummy is braced for a punch, glutes are squeezed. So you're getting from hinge, boom, exploding up to there. That is essentially the movement you're doing when you're swinging. Your arms are just staying nice and passive. So but we can practice going from there to there. Don't get in the habit of lifting your arms. Leave your arms down here. So here to there. So practice that movement until you feel comfortable with it. From there, we're going to go into a hike pass, it's called. So we're going to practice throwing the kettlebell between our legs, trying to maintain that low hinge position. So from here, down into that low hinge, kettlebell, and then we just hike it back between the legs. So try and stay nice and stable while you're doing it. Your body's going to feel like it gets unbalanced. I don't want you to try and resist moving too much. Stand up, shake it out from there. So that is getting the kettlebell back into the position it needs to be for you then to explosively stand up, tool to attention, and that standing up process, you're actually going to be pushing your own arms with your inner thighs. So front on, I'll show you that hike pass as well. You want to hike it really high between your legs. So if you hike it low, it's going to want to bend your back. So if you hike it down there, it's going to want to bend your back. Whereas if you hike it up nice and high, there, it gets you into a much better position. So front on, hike it up there. Okay? From there, we're going to practice our first kettlebell swing. So this one is going to be a dead stop swing. So it's one swing, you catch the bell, park it down again. Nice low hinge. Catch it, down. Shake it out. So that can be a good exercise in of itself. You can string them together. So one, you can do it by itself, or you can start to go up to say 10 of them in a row until you're comfortable. From there, we can actually move into our first kettlebell swing. So down, nice and low. And down. So some of the things that can go wrong commonly are allowing the kettlebell to come down too low. It's going to pull you back into flexion. So you want to make sure it comes between an imaginary triangle between your knees and your groin. The kettlebell handle and your hands should come between that triangle. Another common issue is people will tend to lift with their arms. So as they come up, you'll notice your arms will start to leave your side too early. When you're doing this swing correctly, your arms should actually stay attached to your side. Imagine you've got some Velcro between your biceps and your ribs. So reversing from the top, the kettlebell swing looks like this. You're letting the bell come down with gravity until the very last minute. You're playing chicken with the kettlebell. So it's about to hit you in the groin. Velcro attaches and then suddenly you duck out of the way. Then you're going to reverse that process. So you're going to thrust or stand up tall by driving your feet into the ground. There. The kettlebell, your arms do not leave your side until you have reached full extension, until you're standing that upright plank. There. Then your arms float up. So once again is 1, 2, 3, 4. It's hard to see that in full speed, but if you have a look at my swing again, you'll notice that pattern is happening there. So hike it back. And down. And that's a nice introduction to the kettlebell swing. Have a go at that. Send me through your videos and we can problem solve them from there.